Trundle, Kench. I'm going to wrap up the stream today with another viewer submission here. So I think Kench might honestly be one of my favorite champion designs in Runeterra. I think this card really embodies a lot of sweet things about game design. It's a card with a very powerful effect, but it's a powerful effect that needs a very specific supporting cast to make it good. And there's a number of different ways to make it good. So the stock Kench deck right now in the format is obviously the Soraka Kench deck, pairing this with lots of healing and Bastion. So that way you can generate lots of acquired taste to eat lots of different things. This deck is pairing Kench with Freljord. So Frostbite is notably very, very good with Kench because Kench loves him a frozen meal because frozen meals don't fight back, which is lovely. Past things like Rhymetusk Shaman and Flash Freeze make giving Kench frozen meals. We also have things like Troll Chant, as well as Kindly Tavern Keeper, which can heal Kench if he takes some damage inside of combat or takes a couple of strikes. The second champion in this build that we're trying here today is a few copies of Trundle as another interactive, more controlling card. We have played Ash Kench in the past, and notably the Ash Kench build needs to have a little bit more focus on things that Frostbite. You might be able to get away with Ash in this configuration, but usually I like a little bit more Frostbites than what this has for a direct one-to-one exchange. Also, Trundle is a bit more of a motive card, so whereas the build that we've played that's up on my site that is Ash in it tends to be a bit more aggressively slanted, because Ash lends to attacking to enable her. This build with Trundle allows you to be a little bit more modal, and that Trundle's able to play defense similarly well to playing offense. Because we're a little bit more of a mid-range control deck, we're also notably playing Salvage here as a way to generate a little bit of extra card advantage. And we've got two copies of Howling Abyss at the top end of our curve to really give us some big card advantage in the late game, drawing a second card every single turn, and that second card's always going to be a leveled champion. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. So far, I have yet to forget to change my scene back to the regular Runeterra scene. We'll see if we eventually forget to do that. I'm sure it's going to happen at some point. Yasuo Swain. Our emotes loaded out. I think I have an okay default emote set up. Good note for people that are new to Hoaglandia or returning. There is always a command for anything you might want to ask about. So always try a common, this is the thing I want to know about, try exclamation point that thing, and there's a good chance there's a command for it in this channel. We're just taking the pass here. Alright, Howling Abyss is an okay one to pick up at this point. Sure. That is a perfect command, Zintoth. I appreciate you. Small golf clap for Zintoth.
Glory, courage, excuses for war.
It's supper time. Supper time in the city. Another thing to note, I didn't mention this during the deck check, but effects like Fury of the North here, these do allow you to heal things like Kench, which is nice.
Unbenched.
I am unbenched.
Leave them nothing. problem?
They probably have a Ravenous block here, like another Swain.
After the battle, the scared stiff. Appetizers of brilliancy. A chill in the air.
Who's a hungry boy? Kench is a hungry boy, chat. Pretty sure we need to start interacting with the board here, as opposed to playing down Howling Abyss to start. Next turn we can level up the Trundle.
Excuse my impertinence.
Let's see if they have another fatty boom boom to play out. If they don't play out anything too large, we can hired gun this and then hook it with Trundle. Yeah, we'll take a look at the patch notes when they drop for sure, Nightwings. And they'll also get posted. If you're someone that has to bow out for a little bit, patch notes will get their own YouTube video, as always.
Get bloody, get paid.
Do this plus Fury and eat their thing here.
Bow to your king.
They didn't have another flock last turn. They don't have one this turn. God bless us, everybody.
Oh, I don't require a menu.
Carafe. Your username is very clearly Carafe. With a 3-2, yes, these probably should have pushed. You're right, they weren't gonna block. These should have attacked.
Anything for the right coin. You're in troll lands now. One troll to rule them all.
Hear that, chat? Trundle is your king. Give him some respect. Alright, so... do I... Rhyme Tusk or Howling Abyss this turn? I basically have to ask myself, how long do I think this game is going? Yeah, I feel like this game's gonna go long enough for Abyss to be relevant. I'm like, I get to open attacks. I get to open attacks and have Trundle eat this anyways. Sure.
You should stay back, cowards.
Love ya.
Fortune favors the bold.
This card's so good. Very, very sweet. Sweet Howling Mine design.
Their time has come. Bow to your king.
I'm willing to trade her for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack with her too.
This is gonna be fun. I'll make this quick.
They're playing Might.
But I'm king.
But I'm king.
I'll be damned.
Hey chat, remember when I missed, I didn't want to give them a chance to do more stuff, Corvius. If I play the Innkeeper and they have, I guess Ravenous Block doesn't do it. Maybe that was right. The fact that I missed that attack for 5, super relevant here, obviously. I think we'd rather get Trapper down first so we can work towards drawing that 5/5. Definitely want to play something here so I have 2 blockers for this. Keep your eye on the ball, folks. Someone asking about the number of mods. I give 1-year subscribers moderator status usually. That's why you see so many lovelies in chat. And as you can see from above my head, we have a good number of Hooglandia members. I build the whole deck around leveling Twisted Fate where you just drop with the Abyss. Exactly, duh. This is also the best Vladimir deck in the format, by the way. For anybody who's wondering on that. Objectively the best Vladimir deck. Gonna mod.
Witness strength.
I can't tell if that was a timeout request with a typo or if they were asking if mods can be timed out. And the best Yasuo deck. I actually really like, we played Yasuo Leona in the past and it's a lot of fun. It's up on my site. I'm gonna play that one again sometime soon. I am intending to play Godfall Conqueror. That one looks very reasonable. Is it Dark Souls? I thought it was more of like a Diablo-esque hack and slash, right? Was my understanding? Avalanche and Tavern Keeper both seem great here. Honestly, this whole hand seems good. I think we're just gonna keep it. Not to discourage you from giving me money, but I sent out a sub poll asking what PlayStation games people wanted to see first up, and that was one of the ones that was on it. So, thank God it got the 3rd most votes after Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man. All my plays kind of suck here. I think we're just doing this to save ourselves a couple points of damage and put some marks on here, but this might be wrong. Did you miss Transistor, or is that eventually in the queue? You missed the first segment of Transistor. We're actually going to be finishing, or at least doing another segment of Transistor tomorrow morning.
Set sail. Mwah.
Transistor. I think, having played Hades, Bastion, and Transistor now, I think Transistor is definitely my favorite Supergiant game I've played so far. It's really well done. The mix of turn-based and real-time combat that it does is really slick. Very, very unique.
Yeah, I'm up.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Can we just Trundle here?
Nice to meet you.
Bastion was fine. Bastion, I feel like we played a segment of Bastion first, and then we played Transistor, and then we finished Bastion, and I felt like going back to Bastion after playing Transistor, it was very obvious that they learned a number of things from Bastion that I feel like they implemented a little bit better inside of Transistor. Bastion was still good. I think Bastion probably has the best soundtrack of the three Supergiant games, which is obviously subjective, but it's the one I enjoyed the most.
Time to get rowdy.
These Tavern Keepers might let us survive long enough this game.
Here we go.
Here we go. So next turn I'm going to have 6 mana total. It's not a terrible pickup either. Really not Tavern Keeper here in case they play the 6-drop that gives their things +1/+1 here. Yeah, the Valor hooking this instead of killing the Rhyme-Pig Wolf was interesting. What if they have like a single combat or something they're gonna plan to use to keep their misfortune alive this turn?
And I thought I was a troll. All right, let's mess some folks up. A chill in the air. I'll knock 'em dead.
So I could see like block here plus single combat here to keep her alive. If she survives this turn, I'll probably be Ice Quaking next turn, so she can't level.
Shut up. Quit your yapping.
Your scout icon disappeared.
Damned.
Really surprised Misfortune actually died there. Heckram and Platt are gonna dab on the haters when their reworks happen. Probably.
Jenny.
But
Jenny, but... Is this board ice-quakeable? I feel like the answer is no.
Come on in.
I'm gonna do this and then plan to Fury in the north, whatever they try and eat with this.
I suppose.
I suppose.
My life for Avarosa.
Part of me is wondering if they hyped up this balance patch too much by saying in the last one that the big patch was coming next time. They could have a Riposte here. That's a card that's generally a 1 to 3 of in the Scouts archetype. They have 4 mana available, so if they have Riposte, they get to eat this and then eat Trundle, which is not a great look. So hoping to fade that one. We can dodge a Riposte, we can dodge a ball, chat. We did it, we did it, we did it. Hooray! We don't have great attacks into this board now, which is excellent for us. I did not get a sneak peek of these patch notes. I think even if they offered me a sneak peek on the patch notes, I'd rather have first reactions be organic on stream. So I'm not even sure that I'd take that. Like, knowing them in advance, like, maybe if I was someone who made YouTube content and they offered them in advance so I could have, like, a YouTube video go up as soon as they went live for everyone with reactions, but because Twitch is my primary content type, I think I'd rather have a live organic reaction even if they offered. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. That's true. Do we just hang out for a couple minutes? All right, sure. That's a good idea. Let's hang out for a couple minutes. Let's do that. Up our session here with the old Trundle Kench. So we started some games with this beforehand. Paused to do patch notes. Gonna play some more of this. So they upload the patch today, Voltaic, so people can download it in advance and they can check for issues, and then they turn the patch on tomorrow afternoon. So we get the notes today, and usually the client will download an update today for people, and then noon central tomorrow is when the patch will actually go live. So for people who are my regulars, okay, this is a ramp matchup, so we're full mulliganing here looking for an aggressive curve. For people who are my regulars, my schedule will actually be flipped tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I go live at 10 a.m. Rather than playing more Runeterra before the patch goes live, I'm instead going to be playing Transistor tomorrow morning, the Supergiant game. And then tomorrow night, my evening stream will be our first stream with the patch note changes that we just overviewed. And as always, if you have any sweet deck ideas that you'd like to see me brew, or that you've brewed that you'd like me to help you optimize by playing them on stream, you can find details on how to submit decks while also supporting my content on my website here. Would love to play all of your sweet ideas on stream at some point in the future. I think we just dropped the Wolf here and then open attacks for 6.
My arrow won't miss.
My arrow won't miss. I'm pretty sure we want to open attacks because they could have a Trundle here. It's turn 5. They have 5 mana. Have a good one, Cody. Get you tonight.
Come on in.
Come on in. It does. People were asking about Hoaglandia Runeterra tournaments. I do eventually want to host Hoaglandia Runeterra tournaments. However, just Spectator isn't quite enough. Spectator obviously makes coverage incredibly easier, but the big thing I need for running tournaments in Hoaglandia is I need a elegant way to handle pairings and share deck lists between people. So I either need in-client tournament support or a third-party site like MTG Melee to allow that. Something like Smash.gg isn't sufficient.
See the Devastian border from here.
Even the logistics of sharing champs plus regions to bias is awkward if you don't have a tool designed for it. Like, as someone who's played card game tournaments using sites like Smash.gg in the past, it's tedious at best. It's really not a pleasant end user experience, in my opinion. Start here and see what they do. We could get ruinated this turn. Yeah, Riot is adding in-game tournament support with their... I'm just going to pass here. I'm not playing out into a Ruination. Riot said we will be getting in-game tournament support for their first seasonal tournaments in December. And they said one of their eventual goals is to extend that in-client tournament support to third parties as well. Although third-party support accessing in-client tournaments isn't until sometime next year. That's further down the line. Peak and Fern, thank you for the 32 months of support. I really appreciate the Prime. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We just finished patch notes overview. So those will all be up on YouTube as their own video after I'm done today. Yes, like I said, and I know like the people that are here know this, but like the reason, not only do I enjoy Runeterra more as a game, why I have tried to make the jump to making this my full-time content home, but the things Riot is doing and the way they balance the game and just all the stuff surrounding Runeterra, I think there's a good chance that this game can be as much or more for my content as Magic was. I think the ceiling on Runeterra is so much higher than the ceiling on Magic Arena.
The trolls are going to war.
So we're actually not in too bad of a spot here. I get to go ahead and kill this, and then I get to play Kench, and next turn we get to Harsh Winds these and then eat one of them.
One smack'll do.
Thanks for the 26 months, Lorwyn Soldier.
There's always room for supper.
An anonymous sub-gifter dropping off 10 spooky subs. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. More freezes are great here. Welcome to our newest members of Hoaglandia. Okay, I have to hold on. Wait, no, I need to show them. Declan, come here. You look really cool. I'm gonna take him off. Show him. Look at how cool this kid is. Pretty fly. Alright, you can go now. I love you.
You're in my kingdom now.
He is pretty fly for a white guy. You're not wrong. I think we're supposed to eat Tryndamere first, because Tryndamere survives Ruination anyways. Although he's vulnerable.
Come on, come on.
I'm gonna eat Tryndamere. Wasn't it better to wait for their attack first? Yeah, maybe. I think this deck's just a little bit different, name. That's unfortunate. This deck's less aggressive than Ash Kenchum is. Gotta Kenchum all.
Never.
I'll knock 'em dead.
Yes, bud.
Get ready for a beatdown.
We just killed our ice pillar here. Enjoy the rest of your day off, kid.
This is gonna be fun. You got a problem? What delightful agony we shall inflict.
Hey, Lobster, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. Welcome to folks coming over. Playing a little bit of Trundle Kench here this afternoon. We already took a peekaboo at the patch notes, so if you want my thoughts on those, they'll be up on my YouTube channel later this afternoon once I sign off. I believe we have died, chat. I believe we have died.
These are trolls.
So, and this is, you know, someone asked comparing this deck to Ash Kench. The Ash Kench deck could actually kill our opponent from this position, right? Like, if this was an Ash, we could frostbite down their board and just attack past their stuff. But because this is trying to be more interactive, we're just dead here. We don't have that oomph to punch through and actually end the game.
I'm not a loser. You're the loser.
You're the loser. Trundle's such a salty baby. Such a salty baby, Trundle. Trundle's got a Twitter account? Does he really? I call him Trumple. That's good. I haven't heard that one before. He does. He's got big Trump energy. Trundle Swain. I think I'm mulliganing the freezes for now, looking for more pressure. I think I might keep the Troll Chant. Noxious would imply they're going to have some damage-based removal in their deck. This can swing some combats in our favor.
The trap is set. I'm through waiting.
Do I need to open attacks here? I think I can play the Rhyme Big Wolf out, right? With Troll Chants and Flash Freezes is fine. If they deploy a threat, we can freeze it and then eat it.
Way for trolls! Hot on the trail. Smash! Smash!
Winter is the Freljord's true ruler.
Find humans! Make them flat!
The frost reveals all to me.
What did you catch? Warm hots and hot soup.
Oh, you know what? Come to mention it, I have seen that Trumple photo before.
What will you have?
Alright, and then fingers crossed, it looks like we're gonna hope this Howling Abyss can drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line this game.
Who's gonna close up?
I ice runs in our veins.
Right there!
Thoughts and patch notes. It'll be on my YouTube channel this afternoon. We went over it live on stream. It'll get published. I'm going to be live streaming for another half hour or so, 45 minutes. We'll post it up after that. The sound design of this game is really good, Nocti. Maybe I should have just let this die, huh? Playing that out there means I don't get to Howling Abyss this turn. Yeah, I think that was wrong. Not only did we get blown out by another trick or damage spell from them, but I'm one turn behind on this. Feels bad, man.
Sends chills up my spine.
Destination in sight! Artillery barrage! The trolls are going to war! Go to war! By my hand will Noxus rise. Grand General!
I think we've died, chat. This deck does not seem very good against the Field of Rush decks, huh? Does not feel like we have much play to it. The Ash Kench deck definitely much better in these places. I mean, so Socio Penguin, as a heads up, similar to deck submissions, most of the games we've played are viewer submissions. So I entertain most things, but largely puzzle games and single player story driven stuff is what people submitted. Maokai Nautilus. This is another matchup where being slow and controlling probably isn't very good, right? I need to like be the beatdown here. I don't know that our archetype has the tools to be the beatdown here. Right. Riot's continued focus and updates and basically every change they make to the game makes me continually happy that I have chosen to make this the focus of my content moving forward. Really makes me feel like I've made a good decision for the long term. Excited to be here focusing on Runeterra. Game's got a lot of room to grow, I think. So we're going to order this first, because again, you can't heal over 20. So this will die, they'll go to 20, and then they'll take 5. YouTube patch review will go up real quick after we're done today. Just gotta spit out a quick thumbnail, and then we'll publish it live. It's already uploaded and processed. God bless fiber internet, chat. You can stream to YouTube, stream to Twitch, and upload to YouTube simultaneously. I think I Ice Veil Archer here and then just salvage this turn. So that way this can live to kill this. Yes, 100% Sky Zeros. Do I play any League of Legends? I do not. This is my first Riot game I ever touched. We are playing Super Meat Boy later this week. God help you. Why is that? Oh, it's just a platformer, right? So probably deploying Rhyme Tusk here so we could wipe the attack off of some of their things next turn. I guess they could go deep. I think Rhyme Tusk is where I want to be, and then we'll drop Howling Abyss the following turn. Sure, decking out. They're at 22. So they're going to draw a card down to 21. They'll do this down to 20. And then Jettison doesn't quite get them there, but it's close. They'll almost assuredly be deep on my next turn.
These isles will be cleansed.
Vessel small, but she ain't lacking courage. Set the hooks.
All right, and now the question is, will Howling Abyss be able to drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line, or are we going to get overwhelmed by their giant deep monsters beforehand? Yeah, Nautilus making all their monsters cheap is real scary. Yeah, sure. Games like Hollow Knight, where you have to constantly run through the same part of a level again and again and again, have not really been my cup of tea. I think we're dead, champ. Yeah, I feel like these sets of games have convinced me that, like, people kept asking why wouldn't we play Trundle over Ashe in the Ashe Kench deck, and these set of games here today have definitely convinced me that I prefer Ashe. Yeah, I'm told Meat Boy has much closer save points. Yeah, Federus. There's a bunch of YouTube videos from older patches on that. We've definitely played that before. I think we're dead here. Trundle, Kench. Alright, I'm gonna give this one more shake, but definitely solidly disillusioned with it at the moment. The other decks that go bigger than us definitely go bigger than us, and we just don't have the tools to get under them. It's just that what we're doing here feels like a bad version of the Shadow Isles Freljord control deck. And we're much worse in the mirror match against them. Symbiote. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. We despise Ledros decks. I don't think that's true at all. I think you could definitely go wide around the Ledros deck. All right, I mean, all things considered, if this hand can't win this matchup's got to be pretty close to unwinnable. We have to go 1, 2, 3 on curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it. I think Ledros is an appropriately stat-lined control finisher.
Winter take you.
Especially with more cards like Hush being introduced to the game. Didn't get the Nightfall trigger on that at least. Atrocity! Atrocity is a heck of a Runeterra card. That was a good draw. I guess they're on Trundle this turn, so like if they Trundle. Also worth noting, if they Trundle here,
Many tribes under one banner.
the stat modifier would be relevant. Alright, I think I am throwing away my 4/4 for 6 points of damage here.
This is our homeland.
Also marking 4 points of damage on here.
They walked around.
Yeah, honestly, Wisey, I think in the situation you just detailed there, I would put fault on Atrocity a lot more than I would put fault on,
King of Trolls.
I would be placing fault on Atrocity more than Ledros.
Bow to your king.
I don't think I want to trade this here.
Stand and defend. And I thought I was a troll.
I think we're just playing this. Want to submit the Master Chief Collection, remaster of Halo 1 to 3. Can I submit that, or do I submit the 3 games separately? I guess it depends on the playthrough time. All three of them together is probably a pretty long playthrough, right? So as a heads up, I am trying to stick to only doing 2 longer playthrough games at a time. So something that was going to be, say, more than like 15 hours of gameplay would have to wait till one of my other longer playthroughs was finished. Easy pass into open attacks here.
Our diet is expensively unique.
Expensively unique. Okay, so how's this for cheeky? Do we have Kench eat my 5/5 so I'm insulated against Ruination? Yeah, that would be fine, Captain Crunch.
Oh, I don't require a menu. Allow me a small sample. These stories were true.
I mean, for the open world games that I do, Captain Crunch, I don't do like full completionist playthroughs. Like for Zelda, for example, I'm mostly just doing oh, I'm supposed to jump block there. We're gonna die to Atrocity. We just got done talking about Atrocity. Damn it, Hogland! Damn it, Hogland!
Where there's a will.
Or I should have played this. We're gonna die to Atrocity because we were talking. It's fine. It's fine. Our deck probably should have won this game. Where I'm gonna die to Atrocity now. Oh, it's Frostbit. Never mind. It's cool. JK LOL. It's okay. Freelancer, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back.
What a commendable achievement.
So, I know we won that game, but I feel like it's important to think about. There's 2 key things that I walk away from that game pointing out about the matchup. The first is that our opening hand, I think, was quite possibly one of our best opening hands we could have in that matchup. And the second was that our opponent, I think, passed on one of those turns, expecting me to commit more to the board so they could ruinate us, and I just took the pass and then attacked. So I think if there's a good chance, if they don't pass that turn that they passed, and I don't get that big hit down to 2 on them, we probably end up in a worse spot. That being said, the deck got on the scoreboard, so we'll give it at least one more shake before we call it a day. Still 10 till. Yeah, I think so far my experience is definitely I prefer the Astraeus that's up on my website. Here's an aggressive deck though, so I'm interested to see how this plays out against something that's not bigger. In the control matchup, I definitely feel unfavored so far though. Well, again, this looking for another threat, but all 3 of these against what's likely an aggro deck sounds fine. Avalanche could be hit or miss. It's hard to know with Shyvana how big they're going. If they're mostly larger dragons, this Avalanche might not be very useful.
We wear red to honor the fallen.
Unsurprisingly, the dragon deck has a dragon in hand.
I never.
Oh God!
Yeah, Fiora also gets to eat the ramp pillar without any buffs, which is great. Your opponent will always have Rage Resolve there. Well, you see, I am lucky professionally, chat. So our opponent didn't have it. In situations like that, if you're looking to improve your play, I would always recommend considering being luckier.
What's the fire breath this time?
A soldier should know to stay out of the way.
Play my card out into your obvious challenger. Come at me.
Forward in the name of the Solari.
In the name of the Solari.
Prepare for battle!
Scorching light.
I've carved meat bigger than you.
Oh, you know what? They're gonna +2/+2 here, aren't they? And kill this. This is probably greedy. Yeah, I knew it as soon as I did it too. That was greedy. Salvage feeling slow and clunky here, preventing us from playing to the board.
Get bloody, get paid.
Yep, Troll Chant's very, very powerful combat trick.
Show them what we're made of.
Yikes. Open attacks here is pretty scary.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade. Winter take you.
I think we start there. Try and stifle her level progress.
Satisfaction. Aha. Ready weapons.
They are nothing. Not my first gunfight.
We're just super dead, right? Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day with this one. This deck feels like a bad version of that, the Ash Kench deck. It's got too much air in it with things like salvage. The curve is higher because you're playing Trundle instead of playing cheaper things. Without Ash, you just don't have the tools. You just don't have the tools to be aggressive consistently in the control matchup. So overall, this one felt like a pretty big miss to me. I'm glad we played it. I'm glad to have something to point to when people in the future are like, why not just play Trundle in the Ash Kenchum deck? But overall, not one that I was super excited about. So at any rate, I'm going to sign off for the day. Reminder, the patch doesn't go live until about noon tomorrow. So tomorrow during the day, we'll be finishing up Transistor, the Supergiant RPG game that was really sweet when we started last week. And then tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central, I'll be doing Runeterra with the post-patch changes. If you want my full thoughts on those patch notes, they're going to go up on my YouTube channel here in the next 5 minutes. And tonight, I'll be back. Speaking of variety stuff, I'll be live again in approximately 6 hours. We're going to be starting a puzzle game on the Switch tonight called Super Liminal. That looks very, very sweet. So catch all y'all around soon, hopefully. Everybody stay safe out there. Peace, folks. Thanks for dropping in today.